Hey guys, it's me, not your average fox, and Apple did something very unusual. So, as you all know, I mean it's probably old news by now, but Apple made a budget laptop called the MacBook Neo. Now the MacBook Neo uses a iPhone chip and it starts at just $599. It's got 8 gigs of unified memory. It's actually already been called a potential budget Windows laptop killer. However, we're gonna see if that's really true or if it is just Apple hype. So we're gonna be breaking it all down. So specs, real world performance, pros, cons, and it's basically who this laptop is actually for. So no bias towards either Windows or Mac, just straight facts. So let's dive in, shall we? So first of all, the MacBook Neo is Apple's cheapest laptop ever, designed to bring macOS to a much wider audience. So before now, as we know, MacBook and MacBook Pros have been ridiculously expensive, and although they've been great for productive work, a Windows laptop has often been the better value. So what do we get here with the MacBook Neo? Well, we get a 13-inch liquid retina display, we get an Apple A18 Pro chip from an iPhone, also has 8 gigabytes of unified RAM, which by the way is non-upgradable. You cannot upgrade to 16 gigs sadly, very sorry about that, but that's how it is. It comes with a 256 gigabyte SSD base. You can also get a 512 gigabyte SSD model, and it's got up to 16 hours battery life. It's also got a fanless aluminum design, which is also very good. So it's gonna feel premium rather than a lot of the plasticky feel Windows laptops. Here's where things get interesting though. Apple has always dominated single core benchmarks, and it's just overall great for browsing, schoolwork, office apps, light editing, and just overall many things like that. In fact, Apple claims it can be up to 50% faster in everyday tasks than some competing Windows laptops. And surprisingly, it can even run some games at playable frame rates, though obviously don't expect a dedicated gaming machine. Here's the catch, however, it does have weak multi-core performance. It does also have limited GPU power, as it is sharing the memory with the A18 Pro chip, and it only has 8 gigs of basically non-upgradable RAM. So we can't upgrade the RAM. Once you start pushing into heavier workloads, let's say like heavy video editing, 3D rendering and modeling and stuff, and heavy multitasking, it may start to struggle. This is the big question though that we have to ask. Is it actually better than Windows laptops at this price? Now, it's obvious that it's not going to be out, say, like a 5090 gaming laptop or something insane. But let's say we're speaking around the $599 price range. You probably may be able to get some like a i5 or decent i5 or i7 or even a Ryzen 16 gigs of RAM, maybe like 512 gigs of SSD storage. Here's where the MacBook Neo wins, however, in this case. Its build quality, it's got a full aluminum body, which already feels way more premium than most plastic Windows laptops that you'll find on the market. Its battery life is far ahead of Windows machines as well, due to its lighter chip, and then also display quality is insane Like, it has one of the best freaking laptop displays that you will find. And on top of that, performance, particularly for light tasks, it's actually faster in everyday uses thanks to Apple silicon efficiency. So definitely something to look into. Other than that, Windows laptops have a win in upgradeability and specs. So, Windows laptops, you may get a better chip, you get like 16 gigabytes of RAM options, you get better storage flexibility. So let's say if you wanted to upgrade the storage, right, from say it's 512 gigs, let's say, to a terabyte or 2 terabytes, you can do that. You can also upgrade the RAM. Also, software compatibility, Windows easily still dominates in this category, even over Linux at this point, which of course Linux is very quickly catching up. So, if you want to go the Linux route, it's still very viable. The trade-offs, of course, to mention are only 8 gigs of RAM, especially to most users like me. If I saw a laptop with 8 gigs of RAM today, I would be like, hold on a sec, this isn't like 2014 or something, Of course, also limited ports. You only get like USB-C ports. I think it's like 2 USB-C ports, and even then, one of them's a slow USB-C port, which is like kind of also lower sustained power versus higher end Macs. If you're a power user and you need a Mac for certain things, preferably you want to go for MacBook Pro. So the MacBook Neo, who is it for? Well, it is perfect for students, casual users, writers and content consumers, people switching from iPhone, iPad and stuff, and anyone who just wants a reliable laptop. The MacBook Neo, despite its limitations and such, it's still a very reliable laptop for what it is. However, it is not for gamers, video editors, developers working on heavy projects, or even say power users who just want a high spec laptop. Is the MacBook Neo a budget Windows laptop killer? For everyday users, honestly, it might just be that, it's like insane value, and the performance you're getting as well is actually really good. For power users, however, it's not even close. Like, if you're a power user, either you get a high-spec Windows laptop or MacBook Pro. So I'd say it doesn't destroy Windows laptops as of right now, but it definitely changes the competition. It's definitely stirring up the competition at this price point for the laptop market. And for the first time ever, buying a Mac on a budget actually makes sense. So the question is, what do you think? Would you pick the MacBook Neo over a Windows laptop? Or are you like me and is 8 gigs of unified RAM like a deal breaker in 2026? So just drop your thoughts below. Tell me what you thought of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and like I say, leave a comment. Stay healthy, guys.